Well, welcome everyone. I'm Sherry. I'm the pre-enrollment advisor at OTEC, and I help students with the enrollment process. Joining me is Natalie with Capstone Nutrition. She's the people specialist at Capstone Nutrition in Ogden. Her primary role is to recruit talented individuals to join their team. She's been in this role for 2 months, and she's really enjoying her new job at this great company. Thanks, Natalie, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
We're going to start by watching a short video about Capstone Nutrition. After that, students will be able to ask questions. So if you have any questions, just be thinking about them. So go ahead and get started on that. There we go. All right. Natalie, why don't you tell us a little bit about what we just saw, a little bit more about what Capstone does and their manufacturing process.
Yeah, so Capstone Nutrition is located here in Ogden. We're at the BDO just off of 12th Street, so we're kind of close to you guys. We really focus on manufacturing nutritional supplements, and sometimes that's from beginning to end, sometimes that's middle to end, or sometimes it's just beginning and somebody else finishes the rest. So we have a wide variety of people who work here who just make sure that the products that we have meet the needs of our customers.
Great. Students, if you have any questions, if you want, you can, in the bottom right corner, there's a chat box. You can type those questions there. Only Natalie and I are going to see them. So if you do want to ask a question live, then just type that in there and I can unmute your mic. I'll start asking a few questions, but chat in the box if you do have any questions for those that are watching. Natalie, what kind of career opportunities are available for any OTEC graduate students at your company?
Right, so we look for general maintenance technicians and those that have machine operating experience as well. So my understanding is there's an automation program there. So I think that is one thing that we could definitely benefit from, is working with students from that program.
Great. What kind of technical skills are you looking for, and what kind of soft skills stand out when you're looking for students or current new employees?
Right. Yeah, so some technical skills. Previous experience is helpful as well. I know maybe not a lot of students have production experience, and that's fine. Just having a consistent job is really helpful as well. Just something that you can show that you've been out for, several months or more than a year as well. But we look for somebody who kind of has experience in that field, and some more soft skills, just the communication, attention to detail, organized individual, and somebody who's timely and can keep their attendance. So I'm not sure if that's a habit for everyone, but that's a really good habit to have. It's just be timely and show up on time and do your work. So.
Great. What's kind of the pay range a student right out of high school could expect?
Yeah, so right out of high school, if we had a student join our production team, they'd probably be anywhere from $12 to $14, just depending on their experience. We also have a couple of different shifts that pay a little bit more just because there are off shifts, so they get a little bit more than that as well.
And then the starting age to be able to work in your company. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, so everybody has to have a minimum of 18 years. They do have to be at least 18. From there, we will take anybody 18 and older, and they can work in our production area. They can also join a different team if they fit the needs of that department.
Great, thanks. Tell us a little bit about the internal opportunities of growth within your company.
Yeah, so within our production group, we have a specific growth plan for all of our associates. So they typically start, as an associate 1, and then there's opportunity to move up to an associate 4, and a team captain, so somebody who's over that line, an operator as well. So it's really just dependent on the individual and if they want to pursue that growth opportunity. But we definitely do have that for our floor. We also just have internal opportunities with a lot of our business positions as well. And again, it really comes down to the individual, and if they show the technical skills, if they show even the soft skills, just great communication, being able to follow up on discussions, completing your goals. We have had cases in the past where we have associates who have been out on the floor for several years, and something opens up in the office area, and they've been able to apply for it just because of their experience. Although it might not be exactly what they're looking for, it's something that they can be trained on. And if that individual shows that they're willing to be trained and willing to learn, that's really beneficial as well.
I think that's a great feature. Not all companies have. So if students are looking for jobs, finding a company that is willing to promote within and help those employees work up into other parts of the company is a great opportunity.
I agree, yes.
Tell us a little bit about the internship opportunities for students that might consider your company.
Yeah, so we have internship opportunities throughout the year. It's just really dependent on the need of the department at that time. We currently have an HR intern with us, an IT intern, and a purchasing intern. So those are 3 departments that usually look for an intern, and they're currently filled. But 2 other ones that we're looking for is an engineering intern and a research and development as well. It's called product development, but it's essentially, the research and development side of the organization. So
great. What does the hiring process kind of look like?
So the easiest thing to do is apply online. I typically will check that daily and just see what new applications we've received. One thing that's really helpful to have is a resume attached to the online applications. And even just having a resume in general is extremely helpful. If you don't have one, I recommend you get it soon, because if you give us a call and you say you're looking for a job, we're happy to help you, but a big part that will help you is having that resume. Because what we do is we'll share that with the manager and kind of advocate for you as a candidate and say, hey, please check this person out, let them look into and have them look into that.
Great. One thing I'd like to point out about students that are attending here at the OTEC, we offer, as part of, for all current students, even students that have left, what's called it's called Student Success Center. And so in that center, we help students with resume writing and practice interviews, and it's part of usually of the curriculum, just to help students so that they are ready to look for work. And I imagine students that are more prepared with the resume and that have practiced interviewing and kind of show forth a better appearance, I guess, as far as being prepared, have a better opportunity and to stand out against other applicants.
I agree. I can testify to that. We definitely appreciate those that are more prepared.
Great. What's one of your favorite parts about working at Capstone?
Although I haven't been here for too long, I've just really enjoyed working with a wide variety of people, not only my internal coworkers, but also just contacting and communicating with candidates, creating that relationship with them, and being able to get them aboard onto our team. So I've really enjoyed just working with others. And I just feel very comfortable here. I have a great manager that I work with, and the team itself is really great as well. So the culture here is a very comfortable environment, and I look forward to coming into work.
That's great. We did get a question. What are the hours like at Capstone, maybe in the shifts that you offer?
Yeah, so we currently have 3 different shifts. We have our normal day shift, and then we've got a swing shift and a night shift. Depending on the department and the position, some don't have a swing shift, but normal operating hours are 8 to 5, and then we have our day shift production, for example. They are typically coming into the building around 6, and they'll stay until about 2, and then we'll have our swing shift come in after them. And the night shift, that one I believe starts around 9 p.m. and ends at 6 in the morning. So.
Great. So a lot of flexibility then, it sounds like, if students are still attending school or,
right.
Doing anything outside and needing some flexibility with scheduling.
Right. Yeah, that swing shift is really beneficial for students who are going to school during the day and then want to work in the evening. That is a full-time opportunity, and they typically get off around 9 or 9:30. So it's still a pretty decent time to wake up the next day on time for your classes.
Yeah. Well, and I think having your production job, even though it's maybe the entry-level position, it's getting, especially students that are high school age, will have graduated, experience in an industry that they're looking forward. So if you are going to school and still having working inside the manufacturing facility, that really looks great, on your resume, and I'm sure that's something that you look for when you're considering applicants.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's something we do look for, just some experience.
Yeah, great. Do we have any other student questions? If you'd like to put it in the chat, it's in the bottom right corner. What does the work environment look like? Do you have more teams, or are they working more solo?
So it's kind of both. Typically, you do work solo in certain areas, and then you're just part of a bigger team. But out on our floor, for example, it's typically teams, at least partners, working together just to help each other out, because some of the job roles require 2 people. A lot of our business positions, our business office or our front office area, they're usually single solo jobs, and then you're just reporting to somebody else or dividing the tasks with someone else. So you do work with each other, just it's more of a little more solo on that end.
Great. Just one other quick thing, I guess, is just a little bit about, has your company increased with production since, COVID is came? I'm imagining it.
Yes, we have. We actually didn't shut down at all. Our workload increased, and it's continuing to increase. And I think a lot of that is just to our customers wanting to get nutritional supplements out to their own customers. So our workload has gone up, and it's a great thing to have. But yeah, we're still growing.
Well, thanks. We're out of time now for this session. Natalie, thanks so much for joining us, and then you students who also joined us, I appreciate that. Those that did send us in some questions, we will get you the prizes to you. If you want to then just go back to the main manufacturing page, and you can click into your next session. It's going to be a session about different programs. So, all right, thanks so much, Natalie.
Yes, thank you for having me.